So let me say this gently. If you're scared about money, it doesn't mean you're bad with money. It doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that money has felt tight for long enough for your nervous system to feel tired. But here's the hard part, and I want you to hear this without shame. A lot of things that you're afraid of financially aren't actually the things doing the most damage. And no one explains this to you when you're struggling. So what does this mean exactly? So if money feels fragile, you start protecting it like it's glass. You double check every purchase, you overthink every decision, and you avoid anything that feels uncertain. You tell yourself, I can't mess this up. I'll do something about it later when it feels safe, or right now isn't the right time. And honestly, that sounds responsible, but over time, something strange happens. You don't feel safer, you just feel stuck. The truth is that most people are taught to fear the wrong type of risk. You're taught to fear losing money, but no one teaches you to fear being confused for years, staying in the same financial place, or staying scared to move at all. You worry about losing a few $100s, but you don't fear losing momentum. You worry about making a mistake, but you don't worry about not giving yourself a chance to learn. And that's not because you're careless or stupid. It's because fear only shows you what hurts right now, but not what hurts slowly over time. So here's something I've noticed. When people are struggling financially, oftentimes they don't blow up their finances with big mistakes. They wear themselves down with small hesitations. They wait. They delay. They stay stuck in almost ready mode. And years can pass in that state, not because they were lazy, but because they were scared of the wrong thing. So let me give you an analogy. Think about walking in the dark with a flashlight. You can only see a few steps ahead, not the whole path and not the end of the path. So what do? You stop. You convince yourself that you're just being careful. But the problem isn't the darkness and that you can't see ahead of you. The problem is that you're standing still in the same place for too long. Money and wealth is like that. You don't get clarity first. You get clarity by moving. So let me broaden this out a little bit. There are two types of risk. There's the obvious kind, which is investing, changing direction, or trying something completely new. Those types of risks are scary because they're visible and you can see them. But there's also a quiet type of risk. That's the risk of doing nothing, of staying unsure, being afraid of looking stupid, and waiting for confidence that never shows up. And the scary part is that second kind of risk doesn't feel like a risk at all. It feels comfortable. That comfort comes at a big cost that most people don't realize. It will cost you time. It will cost you self-trust. It costs you the belief that things can change. And ultimately, it costs you financial freedom. So fear isn't trying to ruin your life. It's just trying to protect you from immediate pain. Fear doesn't care about your future, it doesn't care about your growth, and it certainly doesn't care about your potential. Fear just wants you to avoid discomfort today. So it convinces you that the danger is trying, not staying where you are. That's why fear feels really loud when it comes to investing, but it seems strangely quiet when you think about staying the same year after year. So let's be clear. This isn't about being reckless. This is not about believing harder. And it's not about forcing confidence. Healthy financial risk is small, survivable, and long-term. It looks like learning before acting, starting smaller than you think you should, letting yourself be a beginner, and making mistakes that you can recover from. It's about choosing progress over staying frozen. Not bold, not dramatic, just honest forward movement. So if you're scared financially right now, it doesn't mean that you're broken. It means that you've been under pressure for a long time. But I want you to consider this. What if the real risk isn't losing money, but never letting yourself grow past fear? What if being careful has slowly turned into staying stuck? You don't need to be fearless. You don't even need to get everything right. You just need to stop letting fear decide everything. One small step, one learning moment, one move forward. That's how people actually change their financial lives. And if you're still here, listening, trying to understand this stuff, that already says something good about you. It means that you're coming to recognize the financial fear that has controlled your decisions. And you're not late, you're not hopeless, but you're ready for a different kind of financial courage. So if this video has been helpful for you, if it has given you some clarity on how fear has controlled your financial decisions and why not all financial risks are bad, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more videos like this. I'll talk to you later.